Welcome everyone to the second round of the MSR Endurance Series race. We are now in Suzuka and the race has already started. We got 16 drivers for today and we've got a new driver. It's Mr. Kelvin Singh and Mr. Afif just joining the race after missing the second round of the MSR Endurance race. So the race has already started and you can see now Kamal is fighting with Mr. Bone, and now we can see Mr. Harun. Mr. Ron MD is fighting with Mr. Zul for position, and the fight is intense. And right behind Mr. Zul we can see Mr. Kamal, and you can see he is trying to overtake Mr. Zul. The fight is very intense, and right now we are looking at Mr. PG. Oh, there Mr. Afif. Mr. Afif just spin himself onto the track, and now there we can see now Mr. Azrin is fighting with Mr. PG for position, and we are coming to the sunset. The sun is going down, and now we are on board Mr. Azrin, and Mr. Azrin has overtook Mr. PG, and I think Mr. PG have made a very late break, which caused him to go off the track. And now we are seeing Mr. Nazirul, Mr. Muaz Zakaria and Mr. Regan are fighting for position, and this is on board Mr. Kamal. And now we are going into the night race, and then we can see Mr. Afif and also Mr. Harun, and there is Mr. Harun, Mr. Ivo Han and also Kenny is fighting for position, and the fight is very intense between the three of them. And now we are on board Mr. Harun, and I think that there is Mr. Nazirul. Nazirul is just passed by Mr. Harun, and then the race is still going on, and we can see how intense it and the race is, and the darkness is very pitch black, very the condition of the race is very demanding for the drivers. See how skilled they are, testing their intensity. And now we can see Mr. Kamal and the rest of the guys are still racing, and seems like Mr. Azrin just pulling out from the pit his first pit stop, I think. And for today, most of the drivers, like the first round, most of them are making one pit stop, while some of them are making two pit stop. Alright, the race is still going on, and now we are going into the early morning, and right now we are with Mr. PG and Mr. Afif, and Mr. Afif is driving intensely today, very nice driving from him. And now we are looking at Mr. Antonio, and there is Mr. Kamal, Mr. Bone still fighting, and now we are I think Mr. Ivo Han is I think his car is very heavy on loads, a few loads, so it's kind of difficult to drive the car. And now we are seeing Mr. Kelvin and also Mr. Zol is fighting for position, and look how intense the fight is, and behind them is Mr. Naziro, I think. And yeah, you can see them now, and this is some of the shot which have been taken by the camera, and you can see the fight is still going on. We can see Mr. again there, Mr. Faizi. Oh, I think Mr. Afif just spin again at the 9 minutes of the race, and now we are going into the final hours of the race, where we can see Mr. Zol, and there is Mr. Sozi, And this is the fight between Mr. Regan, Mr. Faizi, and also Mr. Soze. And they are going to the front straight. And I hope no incident happened. And okay, we are on Mr. Kamal and oh, I see Mr. Regan. Mr. Regan just passed Mr. Soze, and Mr. Kamal is right behind him, and they are still fighting, Mr. Regan and Mr. Soze. And this is very pleasant to be viewed by oh, okay. This is the final hours of the race, and again we can see Mr. Naziro still leading the pack, and Mr. Muaz Zakaria in second place, and there is Mr. Kelvin on third, and Mr. Zol on fourth, and Mr. Regan on fifth, and the race is still going on, and Mr. Soze oh, there is Mr. Matnuran. There are still 15 drivers currently, and there is Mr. Bone. Oh, I think Mr. Kamal just going off the track, and there is so this is the final result. Mr. Naziro is on first place, Mr. Muaz Zakaria on second, Mr. Kelvin a very nice third, Mr. Zol, Mr. Regan on fifth place, Mr. Manora on 6th, and Mr. Antonio on 7th place, Mr. Soze on 8th, Mr. Azri just finished on 9th, Mr. Bone, and Mr. Kamal, and the rest of the guys there. And we can see that the P1 is very fast here, P2. So this is a challenge to the P1 drivers, and hopefully on the next round, on the third round in Spa, they can catch up with the P2 guys. I hope you enjoy the race.